Sorry, we weren't at it there. What's going on, everybody? It's Garrett. Finally figured I'd hop in this week and do a couple shows. Let Jimmy take a break for a second.
That's right.
Yeah. So today here we got Fishtips with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Fishtips,
Yeah.
the most controversial thing to ever hit the. Well, I was gonna say the bass fishing industry, but we're definitely more than bass fishing, man. Listen, I'm a
Fishing
full-time
industry.
guide.
Yeah.
I'm a full-time guide, right? And it would never fail, dude. 20 times a week. You mean you've seen it on my Dream Catchers Fishing Guide channel? I'm always publishing these people that are hitting up our DMs, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, how you catching your fish, man?" And I'm like, "Hey, do you want a guide trip?" No. I'm like, "All right. Do you want to come by my tackle shop and support my business like that?" No. So it was always this weird deal. Like, people obviously wanted my information, but there was no transaction. There was no way to make money
Yeah.
off of that. So
Yeah.
what Fishtips is a marketplace where guides like me and highly dialed in anglers from all over the country can make money selling fishing tips on our platform, right? So one of my favorite quotes ever is from a guy named Warren Buffett. He's the best real estate investor yet, but just greatest investor ever, right?
Yeah.
And Warren Buffett said, if you don't figure out how to make money in your sleep, you're going to work until you die.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when I thought about that as a fishing guide, the only way traditionally for me as a fishing guide to make money is to be on the water, on the trolling motor, giving myself skin cancer, being in the sun all day. So I'm like, how the heck as a guide can I make money in my
fishing
sleep?
industry in your sleep. Yeah.
That's right. So this is where Fish Tips came to be, man. It's like, oh my goodness, I can post tips on a platform and I can help anglers looking to maximize their success on the water. And at the same time, I can make some money as a guide, because the reality is, dude, I have so many costs, my time, my fuel, all these things. I have so much cost wrapped up into what I'm doing. I need to be able to fund my love for fishing. And Fish Tips is an unbelievable way for guides and highly doubted anglers.
Yes,
if you're trying to make money in the fishing industry, Fish Tips is an unbelievable, viable source of secondary income.
Yeah. So talk about a little bit, how do you become someone that can submit information to?
Absolutely. That's a great question.
Platform?
So people want to say, hey, how do I become
It's
a
not
guide?
just like regular Joe Schmo.
That's right. Well, when we first thought about this, I was like, man, I really want to help guys make money in this industry. So here's the deal. You get on fishtips.com. In the top right-hand corner, there's a drop-down menu. You hit sell a tip. When you hit sell a tip, you will walk through our guide flow. So guys will say, this is my name. So for instance, Austin Neary. And then I create a short bio. So been fishing my whole life. I grew up on Lake Wylie, lived on the Chesapeake Bay, moved to the North Carolina mountains, been guiding for 10 years. And then you fill out a skill level. So are you a fishing guide, part-time guide, tournament professional, tournament angler? Are you a collegiate angler? Are you a local expert? So then you have to provide evidence to say, hey, I'm a full-time guide and a content creator, right? I have Dream Catchers Fishing. It's a big brand in our industry, big guide brand, big tackle shop. So people can find the content, and then I'm a professional guide. You can go to dreamcatcherguides.com and see that I'm a professional guide. It's all I do. All I do is fish. So then the guys on the back end will say, okay, deal, that guy is who he said he is. So legit. We verify him, and then as soon as you're verified, it unlocks the ability to be able to start making money by selling tips on our platform.
That's awesome. So you give the guys that don't quite make it in like a tournament scene, or like not on the elite level or something like that, where it's not a career for them.
Yeah.
But an opportunity to get to that.
100%, because dude, there are guys all over this country that are local tournament hammers. They're local dudes that are just absolute sticks. They've lived on a body of water. And here's the deal, man. They're like, hey, I want to help people succeed on the water. And they have knowledge and intellectual property that people are willing to compensate them for. So naturally, this is just where people that want information and the guys who have the information can now combine on fishtips.com by buying fishing tips and helping them make memories on the water, while also supporting a guy that's trying to make a few extra dollars with his love for fishing. No problem with it.
Yeah. I think that's a cool opportunity, and I'm excited about to see where it goes.
Yeah, man. There's no marketplace in the fishing industry. Yeah. There's no buyer to seller. It's weird. It's like there's no
and
marketplace.
Everybody wants to try to keep stuff like secret.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I guess I can understand why for some reason. But if you want to put it out there, then I think you should be able to get.
Listen, 100%. I'm like, dude, if you want to sell it, it's your priority. Go sell it. But here's the deal, dude. We live in the information age. It is 2023. Very few secrets left in our industry. So it's like, what is the most valuable? It's the most hyper current, hyper focused, hyper dialed in information. So without question, you get all these guys that are like, I don't want anyone to know my secrets. It's like, dude, you're putting everything on Instagram trying to get followers. You're putting everything on the YouTube channel trying to get subscribers. Really, there's nothing that's a secret. So here's the deal. It's all good, but it's like people are already going to be searching it out and figuring out this stuff. Just you can cut the headache down and say, look, I'm just going to sell. Like, I desire to make money fishing in the fishing industry. I'm just going to sell my tips. It's that simple, and it saves the people on the other end who are buyers. Instead of spending 2 or 3 hours, they can say, hey, I'm going fishing in Lake Hartwell next week. Let me Google, or not Google, but get on Fishtips and type in Lake Hartwell.
Yeah.
Boom.
Kind of get an idea so that you can maximize their time out there and not spend all their time just trying to figure something out.
100%. Because think about this. If I value my time at $100 an hour, and I go out and it takes me 5 hours to figure out the bite, how much money have I spent? I've spent $500. Yeah. So it's like, well, how about this? What if I just spent $200 and got pointed in the right direction, and now I could build on that tip? Because that's what it is. It's just the tip. Someone sells me a tip, I'm able to piece something together, and then I see how that bite is progressing, and I can build on that. So do you like the shirt, by the way? Just the tip? I've never met anybody that doesn't like playing just the tip.
I think all of us like a little bit of that.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
So I guess I've seen a little bit of it, but I know there's a little bit of controversy, I guess, from the tournament side.
Oh,
guys that are like, they don't want this to be a thing because of buying information. But I mean, a lot of that's already happening.
Yeah. So that you're 100% right. When I think about, dude, I can't even tell you how many people have reached out to me and said, hey, man, what's the deal for Hartwell? What's the deal for Key? What's the deal? Like, the information thing's already happening. And if guys are saying it doesn't happen, they are lying because, dude, everybody, after they go fishing or before they go fishing, they call their buddy and they say, hey, man, what was the deal?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody does it. I'm not even saying it's bad. What bothers me, and I think this is where a lot of the controversy is, I'm just telling you it's happening. This is already happening at a high level. Like, people are doing this, and I'm just ripping the Band-Aid off. There's a lot, like, that's what it is. I'm saying, look, the information exchange is already happening in the industry. We're just simply creating a platform to make this information exchange. Now, here's the deal. We do not condone cheating in tournaments.
No.
Dude, we stand for integrity. We stand for honesty. We stand for truth. We want people to obey the rules of their tournaments. It's just that simple. I don't want anyone cheating. But the reality is, people are like, well, you're going to use that platform's a platform for cheaters. And it's like, no. If somebody wants to cheat, that is a personal, moral, ethical decision on their behalf. They're going to cheat whether Fishtips exists or not. When we built this platform, and the tournament anglers are obviously the guys, because the tournament anglers, they're a bunch of prima donnas anyways. But
most of us are,
Oh, yeah. The 100. Dude, listen, I'm a tournament guy. I can say it. I'm a prima donna.
Anything that doesn't go in our favor, like, no, that we shouldn't do that.
Well, listen, I just tell people I tell people what I'm thinking. It's the truth. Or sometimes I think it's the truth. Sometimes people are like, that's not the truth. Whatever. But here's the deal. We created the platform for fathers and sons recreationally fishing and guides to be able to make money.
Yeah.
That's where it lands. The original transaction that happened on fishtips.com was a father and son approaching me. They were going out to make a memory and have some time on the water. So when I think about Fish Tips, I think about, I'm a guide. I can use it as a secondary revenue source, and I want to help a father and son make a memory.
See, where I've thought about it, where I've come to be like, wow, that would be nice to have, is like coming down for Icast this week. I've had a couple extra days, and I was like, I want to spend my time catching fish and not trying to find fish the whole time. So,
100%. And you could have been like, hey, $100. This guide says, hey, there's this certain kind of grass you can look for. It's on this south end of the lake.
Yeah.
Throw these lures, and boom, you're headed in the right direction and make it happen.
Don't get me wrong. I do like to try to figure it out myself and
Me
all
too.
that, but like, I want to be, sometimes I just like, I want to
Dude,
get on
why
fish
do we
right now.
fish?
Yeah.
We fish because we want to catch fish.
Yeah.
That's the reality. But hey, man, Icast is awesome. I appreciate it. I got to roll back to the booth.
Yeah.
Thanks a ton for this, man. Thanks for this little
coming
short podcast.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Nice meeting
Yeah,
you,
man.
Austin. Yeah.
We'll make it happen, all right?
Yeah.
Cool,
So
man.
everybody go check out Fish Tips.
Fishtips.com. Check it out. Top right-hand corner, sell a tip. sign up to be a seller. Or if you're not a seller, hey, hop on, be a buyer, support other guides that are trying to make it in the industry. It's a great platform. We'd love to see you on it.
Yes, sir. Good having you.
Cool. Awesome, man.